So why do I think spending the last 7 days here in Hawaii microdosing magic mushrooms totally rejuvenated my life? I'm going to share this with you on today's episode of Microdose U. I'm Dr. Dave. Thank you so much for being here.
Enter the world of magic mushrooms with Microdose U.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Dave. I'm got about 24 hours left in Hawaii here, Honolulu. Actually, more exactly, Waikiki Beach. And I spent the last 7 days here, roughly, microdosing magic mushrooms, rejuvenating. And I got to tell you something, I feel really, really good. And I want to share this with you. Why I think I feel so good. If you've been following me for a while, if you've seen some recent episodes, you know that I went through like about a 3 to 4 week funk, really bad funk, feeling horrible again, because basically we got kicked out of our house and we had to find a new place to live back in Salt Lake City. Well, once that was done, pretty much got on a plane and went to Hawaii. And the reason I went was not even my idea. My wife's parents were visiting from Japan, and my wife wanted us to help them on the way traveling back to Japan. They're elderly, they're in their 80s now. And she felt like if we could help them at least halfway back to Japan, stopping off in Honolulu, spending about a week here with them, hanging out, and then they go back to Japan, we go back to Salt Lake City, and life is back to normal again. I said, well, at first I really didn't even want to do it because I don't really feel like I need to take a long trip to Hawaii, but I'm glad I said yes, because I've got to tell you something. This has been nothing short of amazing, and I'm going to share with you how I think it helped me, and how I feel, what I did here, how it helped me, but why I think something like this, you don't even have to go to Hawaii, but something like this can help you. And I'm going to share with you exactly why I think so. So I'm here. We've been here almost 7 days now. We're going back tomorrow. And yes, I've been on a microdosing schedule, not every day, but I'd say probably out of the 7 days that I've been here, I've probably microdosed 3 of the days, 3 to 4, 3 of the days, something like that. It just feels really good, I think, to move to another location. And how can anyone argue with being in Hawaii? I mean, it's warm. It's beautiful. There's a lot to do. There's really good energy here. It's one of the places on the planet where there's just really good energy coming from the earth. We've got, the ocean. We've got the mountains here, and everything in between. Which it's a small, Oahu is a relatively small island, but when you get out of Honolulu and start traveling to the mountains and to the North Shore, it's truly magical. And I would say that after having been here for 7 days microdosing and getting out more in nature, it's done a true rejuvenation for me. I feel really good. I feel peaceful. I feel happy. I feel like I'm content, and I feel like I'm ready to move on with my life back in Salt Lake City in our new place when we do move in. As soon as we get back to Salt Lake City, we will be closing on a new home, but we won't be moving in there. We'll be just taking our time and doing it really, really slowly, because we're not getting kicked out of our rental home until sometime early next year, 2025. So we got some time. So that's why I think it was a good idea to come here and spend a week away from Salt Lake City. And even though I do whatever I want every day, but I think, and I've always said this, and I've always shared this with you, and I still am a firm believer in this. You don't have to come to a place like Hawaii. I'm not even the type, if you know me, I'm not even the type that likes to share my travels, or I don't brag about vacations. I don't brag about what I have, because I've learned over many, many years, happiness in our lives has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with material possessions. It has nothing to do with vacations. Because a lot of people have a lot of money, have a lot of material things, and take a lot of very, very expensive vacations. But inside, they're not fulfilled. They're not happy in any way. And I don't want to be like that, and I'm not like that. So that's why I really never come on and say, well, here I am. I'm in Hawaii. Here I am. I'm here. I don't really do that. If I share a particular location, it's for a reason. And I'm a really firm believer of getting out of your usual place, even if it's for 24 hours. And it does not have to be Hawaii. Luckily, I live in Salt Lake City, so it's a 6+ hour plane, flight to Hawaii, and it's actually not that difficult at all. But it does cost money, and you don't have to do this. I've said to you, you could go somewhere for 24 hours and be alone and microdose your magic mushrooms and journal. And in 24 hours, you could feel like you've made some tremendous progress because you're by yourself, you're thinking, you're away from other people. It's better to do it in nature, but you don't have to. But if you're in nature, I think that's a real plus. But get away from your normal circumstances and your normal surroundings and do something a little bit different. And if you can be by yourself, this trip I am with my wife and my in-laws, which they're super people. They're really, really great people. And they're understanding enough that if I need some time on my own and need to go out and do things on my own, they're totally, totally cool with that. Because again, I'm in a relationship now that I feel like I can live my life the way I really want to live it. In a previous relationship that I was in, I don't feel like I was truly myself, and I didn't feel like I could truly be the authentic me, and I think that weighed on me over 20+ years of, when you're not able to be the authentic you, and you've got to kind of like almost pretend you're someone else and living a different life, it will weigh on you. So if you're in a situation now where you don't think you're living your authentic life, an overnight trip could help you because it's going to give you time to think. And when we think, we learn and we're able to change. Too many people that I know and too many people that I work with stay in the same exact situation, and they just think that microdosing magic mushrooms is going to make everything better. And while I'm a firm believer, I'm a firm believer in microdosing, you can't out-microdose a problem life. The magic mushrooms will help you identify the problems and the hurdles in your life, but then you have to take action. Somebody that I'm working with now is in a really bad marriage, and this person knows it, and they're microdosing magic mushrooms, and I'm helping this person. However, I tell them that you have to look at your marriage and do something. You can't microdose your way out of a bad situation. You just can't do that, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a job, whether it's people that you're hanging around with are the wrong people. You can't microdose your way out of that situation. The microdosing will help you identify what's going on, what's wrong, what's not authentic in your life. But then you have to have the courage to make a change. Because how absurd would it be if you just keep doing the same thing every day that has made your life not good or gotten you to where you are now? You're doing the same thing every day, but you've just added microdosing to that. Does your gut tell you that that's truly going to work? I mean, would you want, even if you're taking an SSRI, let's say you're taking an antidepressant, and it's making you somewhat feel better or number to your life every day, it's giving you a little more serotonin in your brain, but you don't like your relationship, or you don't like your job, or you don't like the city that you live in, or you don't like something else, fill in the blank. It's only going to help you so far. You have to make the change. And change, like I've said to you, change is not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy, but we have to make change if we want true results in our lives. So getting back to why am I broadcasting from Waikiki Beach? Why am I sharing this with you? Because I got away from my situation. Like I told you, we were having a really tough 3 to 4 weeks, and I came here. And every day I make it a point to either journal, get out in nature and walk or exercise or do something, or go to the beach or something. And over the 7 days, I'm standing here on day 6 or 7, because we're leaving tomorrow. I feel like I did before this whole crazy funk thing with the house started. I feel as good, or if not better. I feel like I've got this like booster shot of, I don't want to say energy, because I've got a tremendous calm, a booster shot of something that went through my body that said, hey, your life is really, really good, and you've got to be appreciative for that. That's the way I feel right now. It's really good. And again, I'm only saying this because I know you can do the same thing. I know you can. You might be struggling with something, but let's figure out what it is. Let's identify what it is, because that's got to be first and foremost. Again, don't just microdose magic mushrooms and without identifying something. Please, it's not going to help you. You've got to make the change, and change is scary. Yes. But those who have the courage and have the guts to make a major change. I mean it could be a major change. It doesn't have to be major, but it could be. In your situation, maybe it is. I don't know, because I don't know in particular what's going on with you. But if you have the courage, if you have the guts, if you have the wherewithal to make a major change, then you're going to see incredible results alongside of the microdosing. Incredible results. It's the people that don't want to change. And I've worked with a lot of people over the past several years with this one-on-one help. I've worked with a lot of people, and it's always the ones that decide, yes, I've had enough, I'm going to change. They're the ones that have the success, and they're the ones that move on and have an incredible life, a happy life, a fulfilled life. And it's the ones that say, yeah, but I can't really do that. They're the ones, and I'm not saying that's you, but they're the ones that keep going on and on and on, and nothing's better. Which one do you want to be? Let's decide today, let's decide right now, which one do you want to be? Yes, being in Hawaii for 6 to 7 days now so far has given me the energy to even make a video like this, to give it to you straight, to say, you've got to do something. And no, you don't have to come here. It would be great, but you don't have to come here. But you've got to do something. What's it going to be? Think about it. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow, going back to Salt Lake City, and my life's going to continue. And I really think it's going to continue to be better than ever. It's like, things are not always on an exact uphill, and uphill meaning good, like getting better. Things are not always on an absolute uphill trajectory. Like the stock market. I've always talked about that. Stock market over time always goes up. Look at it over the past 10 years. The past always goes up, always. There's never been a time in like a 10 to 20 year period the stock market hasn't gone up like crazy. However, if you look at it on a smaller scale, over a month, it could go way down. Sometimes in a year, it goes down, and it's scary. So nothing's always going up consistently without dips and little peaks and valleys and everything. Yeah, I had a dip. I had a really bad dip for 3 to 4 weeks. But now I feel like I'm on up and up again, and that's why I've got this energy, this incredible, rejuvenated energy to give it back to you. I'm ready. Are you ready to do this? Are you finally ready to make a change? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. I really want to know, because I honestly care about you. Check the show notes. Every episode got some really good links. My website, microdoseu.com. Make sure you subscribe, whatever platform you're listening or watching this on. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And share this with somebody that you know in your life that maybe could use some help as well. I'm Dr. Dave. I just want to say I truly love you from the bottom of my heart. I want to see the best for you. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Okay, so I just had to come back for a couple seconds. I was just floating. After I did the video that you just saw, I was floating in the ocean for about 30 minutes. And yes, on a microdose, which was lovely, wonderful. But it goes deeper than that. What I want to share with you right now goes a little deeper. I came up with a thought, and hang in there because I want to talk about your life in a second. When I was floating, I just realized that I'm so happy with where I am, and it's nothing to do with a vacation. I've got my health, I feel happy, and I've got my family, and I'm really right where I want to be in my life. What else do I need? What else do I need? I could be almost anywhere and be happy and content right now because I figured this out. It's so simple. It's the simple things in life that make us feel appreciative. And this is going to sound a little bit cheesy, but I don't mean it to. I've got you. I was literally floating on a raft in the ocean thinking that you mean so much to me. And I want to give back to you right now, and I want to share something with you. No matter where you are, you don't have to be here. You could be anywhere. Just take a little bit of time out of your schedule, as soon as you can, a little bit of time. And I want you to think about what you are appreciative for. Why are you content? And you might not think you are, but do you have your health? You're breathing, you're living, you've got an internet connection, you're watching me, you've got something. I hope you have your health, and I hope at least partly. Nobody's 100% healthy. As we age, we all have little things that crop up. But can you make the best of it? I remember there's a woman who walks around the park back home in Salt Lake City, and she's like on some type of crutches or those assisted, those canes. I don't know which what you call those things that help you walk. And she walks every day around the park with a big smile on her face. And yes, she's got struggles, obviously. She can't walk without them. But she walks around the park every day. And to me, she looks like the happiest person in the world. So I want you to think about this. And not only that, you've got me. I am here with you, thinking about you, caring about you every day. This is what I do now, and I really try to get my message across to you as often as possible and share with you that your life is really good. I guarantee you it's better than you even think it is, but please be appreciative for every little thing, the little things you have. Again, I'm not talking about the big things. I'm not talking about material things. They mean nothing, basically. I'm talking about the little things in life are so important. So identify one, whatever it is, identify it and go with it and build from there. I love you. I will talk to you soon.